All right. Really quick stream here, guys. This is an extremely quick stream, man. I'll wait for some of you guys to get up in here. You know, just real quick. Real quick, we're going to talk about this James Harrison situation. You know, a Terrible Towel Tuesday special edition, if you will. Because I just felt like I needed to talk about this, man. So I'm going to wait for some of you guys to get in here, man, and then we'll get it cracking. You will hear some background noise. You know, my wife and son is upstairs. I'm sitting here in the dining room, so not even my normal setup. But I just wanted to get started, man. So, all right, I see we got some people in here, 15 people already. So let's talk about it. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say about the situation. And then I can comment at, at some of the things that you guys are saying. But this is what I wanted to talk about. You remember yesterday, some of you guys saw Terrible Towel Tuesday. I thank you guys for coming by for that. If you didn't, make sure you go back and watch my video yesterday and listen to what I said about James Harrison. Remember, I said that we didn't know what the situation was. Everyone was blaming the coaches. Everyone wants to fire Tomlin. Everyone wants to fire Kevin Colbert. And people are mad at the Rooneys and this, that, and the third, right? And remember what I said. I said, look, we don't know the situation. We don't know the situation. Maybe James Harrison asked to leave. Maybe it was his choice. Because when you really think about it, but this is before what I know now. But yesterday I was like, it just doesn't seem like they would just let him go like that. Now remember, I also reminded you guys of what he did a week or so ago. It was a report that came out that he said he was unhappy. He said if I would have known I wasn't going to get any playing time, I wouldn't have re-signed with the Steelers. So is it not possible for him to be disgruntled and he had a conversation with Tomlin and he voiced his displeasure? Very possible, right? So what did I also say yesterday? In Tomlin's press conference, Mike Tomlin said, the conversation that James and I had, I'll keep that between us. I think that's appropriate. To me, I read between the lines with that. I said, okay, maybe it's a little more than what we think. So fast forward to today. Now we hear players on the Pittsburgh Steelers team coming out and saying that it was, in fact, James Harrison who wanted to leave. Go check out what Maurkice Pouncey said. A lot of you guys may have already seen it. Maurkice Pouncey was very candid. He said, the team, that's their job. The organization is going to make it, keep it quiet or whatever. But he's like, no, we will speak the truth. James Harrison wanted to leave. Many guys said that. You saw Mike Mitchell chime in about that. You saw Artie Burns chime in. You saw quite a few people chime in, right? So my point is, and let's give a shout out to Smooth, man, real quick. I appreciate you, man, always coming through, man, hitting us with the donations or hitting me with the donations. I would say this is not Sim Standard Radio tonight. This is just me, so I appreciate you, man. I hope you had a Merry Christmas as well. All right, so let's talk about that. James Harrison wanted to leave. Now, am I blaming him? No, absolutely not. What I don't like, just like I said yesterday, I don't like the fact that you leave now and go to the Patriots. I have no, hate in my heart for the Patriots. Listen, it is what it is. They have been the Steelers' nemesis. They have owned the Steelers for the last several matchups. This last game we played against the Patriots, I'm still going to say we won that game. We outplayed them. We got a touchdown taken away. It is what it is. You're not going to cry over spilled milk. But I think we can definitely play with the Patriots right now. We showed that, right? But at the end of the day, it's almost like, so you just went wherever you could go to, to give you your best chance to get in the ring. It is what it is, but it's kind of like, if you look at the history, you listen to the history from what James Harrison has said about the Patriots, and, he is a part of that bad blood, and then you just run off and do that. To me, I think it was an emotional decision. I don't think it was so much just chasing the ring. Well, it could be because obviously the Patriots would be the favorite, but you know what I'm saying. I think that was an emotional decision. He went over there. He has a chance to play because if you look at their roster, they really don't have any real depth at outside linebacker. But it is what it is, man. So I just wanted to, take this second segment, to just talk about James Harrison. I didn't go into it as much yesterday, but that's my thoughts. we always want to run at the team. You know, I don't understand some of you Steelers fans, man, that you guys are not loyal to the team. You understand what I'm saying? It's like everybody was ready to say how stupid Tomlin was for letting him go. And come on, man. When are we going to trust in the fact that the team knows what certain guys are capable of doing? James Harrison hasn't been playing. Why do y'all think that is? Why do you think that is? If you've been following the Steelers, you would understand this is exactly where they wanted James Harrison to be. He's not the same guy. He's a guy that you can bring in situationally. He is a liability in coverage. The Steelers have started to do a lot more man coverage. You can't get James Harrison stuck out there in man coverage. That's why we haven't seen him on the field. Now, situational wise, sure. You know, that's not my call, but you got to trust that the coaches have to know something. And like I said, everyone jumped to conclusions yesterday, and now you're hearing the players in the building say, hey, he enforced the leave. He wanted to go. So that's all I'm saying, man. Trust in the team. Stop throwing the team under the bus every time they do something that, you know, you perceive to be the wrong move. So that's just my piece on it, man. But how I feel about it in general, it is what it is. I don't think the Steelers will win or lose the Super Bowl because of James Harrison. The Steelers might not even get to the Super Bowl, nor, you know, will the Patriots. The Patriots might not get there. We might not even match up with these guys again. Nobody knows that. It's all speculation. Any one of us could get knocked off in the divisional round. Very possible. So at the end of the day, I think he helps the Patriots a little bit, but trust and believe, I don't think he's going to be the reason the Patriots beat the Steelers. You know, the reason the Patriots would beat the Steelers would be Tom Brady and Gronkowski. And, you know, the strategic planning that they always have when they play not just the Steelers, but what they do to every other team. You know what I mean? So there's it in a nutshell. But let me take a look and see what you guys have to say. See what you guys are talking about, man. And then, you know, I'll get up out of here. Young C Money says, can't be mad at him. No, man, as a man, you can't be mad at him, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, in your very next comment, you said they cut him and then they talked about loyalty. Listen, if what the players are saying is true, which what I believe the whole time, if he asked to leave, that's more on him. So you can't blame the team, you know, for feeling the way they feel. Jordan Flowers said he's a buster for that. What up, Phillip? It seems he was a cancer this season in the locker room. Stillberg. Yes, that's exactly. We fans that's really been following have seen that. It seems like Harrison hasn't necessarily been the guy he once was. He was disgruntled. And I get it. I understand you think you're going to play, but listen, James Harrison has known his role for the last 2 years. The only reason why James Harrison was a starter last year is because Jarvis Jones couldn't get the job done. So we were forced to put him in the starting position. He's supposed to be on a pitch count, you know, to use a baseball analogy. He's not supposed to be the guy. He wasn't. TJ Watt has come in here and he's been able to do more. And there it is. You know, so he hasn't had as many opportunities. So it is what it is, man. First the Bengals, now the Pats. Yeah, like I said, man, I can't really blame a guy for getting work. You know, at the end of the day, you know, if he feels like he still can contribute, he's going to go wherever he can play. Now, you know, it's to be determined what's going to happen at New England. I'm very interested to see how he fits in, because if you really look at how they play defense, I don't see James Harrison really being an integral part of what they do there. So I'm very interested in seeing what Belichick and, you know, Matt Patricia and what these guys are going to do with him. Of course, Christopher Hansen said he picked, you know, they signed him to pick his brain. I'm pretty sure that's part of it as well. Yeah, Robert, absolutely. I heard he wanted to leave as well. Louis Bowie says, I don't blame him for signing with the Pats because he wants another ring and it's business. I get it. I get it too. So, again, I don't know him personally. I don't know none of these professional athletes personally, so you're never going to hear me, you know, from this day forward. I've been stopped doing this. I don't go in on athletes. I don't call guys bums and all that. They made it further than me, but I will give my opinion based on what they do, the action that they show me. I'll give my opinion on that. Robert says, I'm pissed off. I love James. He my boy. No love lost for James Harrison, man. I mean, come on. Real Steelers fan. We'll never forget what he did in the Super Bowl against the Cardinals. I mean, arguably one of the best individual plays in Super Bowl history. You know, I can still remember where I was when that happened. I'll never forget it. At the time, I was living in a high-rise apartment, right? And my brother and sister-in-law, my niece and nephew, they came, watched the game. Me and my wife was there, or my girlfriend at the time. But we were there. So I'm telling them to be quiet because, you know, when you in a high-rise, you got people under you, right? We were on like the 13th floor or something like that. And when that play happened, I'm jumping up and down, hollering, screaming. And I'll never forget my niece was like, you telling us to be quiet and you making all the noise. So because of that, I will never hate James Harrison. I just don't like the move. I just don't like it. The same way I didn't like Kevin Durant doing what he did. That was whack to me as a superstar, especially Kevin Durant. I know I said this yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. Y'all had the team 3-1 and y'all lost. Very next season, I mean, less than a month or so after the season is over, you go sign with them. To me, that's a corny way of going to get a ring. That's just the competitive nature in me. That's whack. So to me, James Harrison leaving, I can't say it's as whack as what Durant did because, I mean, if James Harrison is really concerned with just the ring, why wouldn't you go to the other team in the AFC that you think has the chance, the biggest chance to win it all? So I get that, but I just don't like it. Again, because of the history and because it's been documented the bad blood that James Harrison even has towards the Patriots, and now you go join them. So it's kind of like, it's kind of corny, but it is what it is. You know, no love lost. Again, I don't know these people personally. I just don't like it as a Steeler fan, how that went down. Let's see. And let me address that too. I see C Money said the Patriots about to know every defensive formation in the Steelers playbook. Let me dispel that myth. Okay, James Harrison, I'm sure, can give them some information. But it's not much more than what they already see on film. You know, every game is out there for the coaches to study. They know, like, do you really think the Patriots need any quote-unquote help? They know how the Steelers play. They have this last game where we did some things differently to look at that, to see what the changes were. If anything, James Harrison can provide them with signals or something like that, which you know they're going to change. You know, Roethlisberger said it as much. You change stuff like that. They even talked about when Sammy Coates went to Cleveland, you know, right there at the first part of the season, they switched some of the calls on offense. So it's not like whatever James Harrison tells them is going to be the you know, the definite thing or the specific reason why they win. No. You know, it's nothing more than what they study on film. But like I said, if anything, he could give them a few signals or, you know, alerts or whatever, you know, they say on defense to change the play, et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, any smart team, and even Tomlin said as much, you change that stuff. You know, so I'm not even worrying about that part of it. He left to make sure Steelers lost in the playoffs. Again, footwork, this is all speculation. Nobody knows that the Steelers and the Patriots are going to meet. That's just the truth of it. The Pats are about to know everything about the Steelers. Okay, I just answered that. Bud said he never seen James at any of the player meetings. This is what I'm saying. So the reason why I even did this stream tonight, man, is because I said it yesterday while everybody was ready to kick the team in the face and kick the coach in the face and saying they weren't loyal. I said, what if James Harrison wanted to leave? Now it's coming out. So it makes me feel different about it. Because, again, where I have to get on Steeler fans, man, is you guys sometimes forget the integrity of the team or how the team is built. Does that even sound like something the Steelers would do? It just didn't even sound right to me. I wasn't sure. I'm still not 100% sure. I mean, I believe what the players are saying. I wouldn't believe that it's a conspiracy with the players now. They trying to make it seem like it was him and not the team. Nobody really knows. But I lean more towards what these players are saying because they don't have to say that. They don't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? So I doubt very seriously that the team is telling them, hey, back us up. I don't believe that. So to me, I tend to lean more towards what the players are saying. But hey, none of us really know. That's why I just don't live off of speculation. Let's see. The Bling Dynasty says it's going to hurt that much more when he sacks Ben in the... Okay, if we get that far. What else you guys saying here? Let me get to some of these. A lot of comments here. I'm trying to read through them, guys. Somebody said he's old and grumpy. Preseason Watt was it would have made more sense. Okay. Big Fish says it's hard to be in the room because I have fat head of Harrison that takes up my entire wall. Look, man, you can't hate Harrison, man. We still have to. He's still a Steelers treasure. You know what I mean? It's just we just don't like it. It's leaving a bad taste in our mouth, just like we didn't like when he went to the Bengals. You know, I think it stings more because it's during the season. I think that's where it hurts. But you know, you can't fault that man. But you can never take away what he's meant to the Steelers. I think the Pats are going to lose in a divisional round. Harrison is definitely not as good as he used to be. It sucks to see that his legacy will be tarnished like this. Absolutely, Taylor. I fully agree. I fully agree. It does tarnish his legacy a bit. Definitely does that. Yeah, you know, it's no guarantee, man, that the Patriots or the Steelers are going to the AFC Championship. Let's be honest. As much as I want my Steelers to get there, as much as I feel like this year might be the year for the Steelers, I'm still a realist. You never know. And listen, man, if the Patriots have to play, you know, Kansas City or the Ravens, anybody like that, I can see them losing. I can see them losing, especially with the Ravens defense. I don't trust the Ravens offense if I was a Raven fan, but it's possible. Or if they have to play Kansas City. Kansas City seems to be able to know how to play them, you know, like we seem to know how to play Kansas City. So it's not a guarantee. You know, Jacksonville could be a sneaky team that come in there and knock us off. You know, they beat us before. I don't think they beat us the second time, but what I'm saying is none of this is a guarantee. It really isn't. And also, hey, the Jets might mess around and get their redemption and win this weekend. And then we're talking about a whole different ball game if the Steelers win Sunday, which they should. Then you talk about everything coming through Heinz Field. So none of this stuff is a guarantee. We all assume that they will match up in the AFC Championship. Now, if he beat the Patriots, then he needs to just retire. Yeah, I agree, Gerald. Gerard, I'm sorry. Let's see. Steelers have 0% chance to beat the Pats now. Really? Because of James Harrison? Come on, stop. What's good, Brain? Minnie Jordan says, plot twist. Harrison is a spy for the Steelers. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? I heard somebody say that, man. Wouldn't it be crazy if he just walk out of, you know, he walks out of the Patriots camp or whatever and be like, all right, I'm good. That would be crazy, right? Sonny says, releasing him this late could have been avoided. Before the season, they should have released him. He did not belong any longer. But Sonny Delete, or Sonny D, Sonny D Light, I guess is what it is. Have you listened to what I've stated? It's reported now that James Harrison wanted to leave. So the reason for me doing this stream tonight is, again, yesterday everyone's narrative was how dumb the team was. At this point, it appears, based on the players, numerous players have spoken today, James Harrison was the problem. He forced the release. So we cannot blame the team and we cannot blame Coach Tomlin. Let's see. Patriots will use him off the edge. Obviously, we lack a pass rusher. And now, let me ask you a question, Bling Dynasty. This is a serious question. Because I see people pop up in Terrible Towel Tuesday as well. Why are you guys always in other team stuff? I'm just curious. Now, if you're a fan of mine, thank you. I appreciate that. And if you're just here to watch that, cool. But it cracks me up how every time I've done a Terrible Towel Tuesday, especially since the Steelers' record have gotten better, it's always a Pats fan. Why? I have no interest in a video about the Patriots, the Ravens, the Browns, the Seahawks, Texans, Buccaneers. I have no interest in it. I'm a Steelers fan. Now, I'm not saying I can't watch football, and I appreciate all football teams. But what I'm saying is, you'll never see me in a video or a stream or a chat that's dedicated to a specific team because it's not important to me. It's just a real question. Like I said, if you're a fan of mine, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. And maybe you just watch all of my videos. If that's the case, accept my apology. But I'm saying I always seem to get a Pats troll or a Ravens troll every time. I don't understand the mentality of that. So help me understand. Is this freaking you out or do you not care? I don't care. I don't really care about James Harrison going there. Like I said, I don't think he's going to be the reason we win or lose. James Harrison, again, is a liability in pass coverage. Again, Steelers fans, look at the different defenses that we have started to employ. James Harrison can't do that. James Harrison is, quote-unquote, a one-trick pony right now on defense. It is what it is. Can he still get pressure? Sure. Can he still cause trouble or cause some type of conflict with guys like Eric Fisher, obviously, and, Staley at the Ravens, guys who were taught Al Villanueva? Very possible because of James' stature and his brute strength. I get it. But he's not going to be the reason why the Steelers lose or the Patriots win or vice versa. James Harrison doesn't make that much of a difference anymore. As much as I love him, it doesn't make that much of a difference anymore. Jordan Flowers says, he's slow, Bling. He can't cover anyone, so what's stopping you from using Knicks to chip him and have Le'Veon run right through his side? There you go. There you go. All right, I'm going to read a few more of these, man, then we're going to be out of here. My man Smooth says, oops, I just lost it. My bad. My bad, Smooth. I just lost your comment. Here it is. He says, I don't know. Even if I had no rings, at this point, would I feel better at 7 years old knowing I stayed with my teammates or look at a ring knowing it left my 15 year? Oh, man. That's big, guys, what Smooth just said. Absolutely. What means more to you at this point when you are already a two-time champion? I don't know, man. I don't know. Stillberg says, on other hand, if you know you are the best pass rusher, then Chick and Moats and those two, are you even in obvious pass plays? You can blame him. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Listen, James Harrison has a right to be disgruntled. That's not what I'm arguing here. If the man thought he was going to get more playing time and now he isn't, I get it. I'm just saying, for it to get to a point where you're requesting a release in week 15, 16, I don't know, man. That's just crazy. But again, I don't blame him. I still love James Harrison for what he meant for us. Henjai says, Harrison will probably do good, but the Pats will probably use Hightower when he's okay. Absolutely. Sender Producer says, who do you think that the Pats could possibly lose to in the playoffs? I think I mentioned that, but the Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens. Those are two teams I think the Patriots could definitely lose to. Not sure about a team like Jacksonville if they had to see them, but it probably seems like it's going to turn out where the Steelers are probably going to have to see Jacksonville. But out of every team in the AFC that would be remaining, I think the best chance at beating the Patriots would be the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Steelers. Yes, I'm saying the Steelers. Again, guys, I think we saw this year that our Steelers can play with the Patriots. We should have won that game. And I'm going to leave it at that. We should have won it. Hey, things happen. Calls get overturned. Blah, 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 blah. even with all that said, we still had a chance to win it at the end. Ben tried to force it instead of, throwing it out of bounds and kick the field goal to, possibly go to overtime. So there was a couple other scenarios in there where we could have won that game. If the offense can control the clock the last 3 minutes and 56 seconds, get a few first downs, game is over. If Sean Davis catches the deflection on that drive and picks it off, game is probably over. So we had so many opportunities to win that game. I'm not just going to blame the refs with the Jesse James overturn, even though I still think it was a touchdown according to the rule. His initial contact ended when his knee was down and the ball was here. That's what it says in the rule. You must maintain possession all the way through the ground until your initial contact. Knee down, catch. Then he stretches. But again, there was other opportunities to win that game. Number one Steelers fan, Marquise Williams. I don't know, man. I might have to battle you out for that one, but what's up, man? Jacob Perkins says, sorry if you touched on this, but have you seen reports saying that James never visited Shazier in the hospital? Whoa. Nah, I haven't seen that one. Now, if that's the case, that's kind of crazy. Oh, I said your name right? Gerald? Or Gerard? I don't know which one was right, but either way, I'm glad I got it. Let's see. Let me read a few more of these and then I'll be out of here. Eric Walker says, if Harrison gives the Pats even a 1% edge to beat us, it's a win for them. All they need from Harrison is one play, one forced fumble, one holding call to throw off a drive. It's worth the Pats. Yeah, you're right. I just still don't feel like James Harrison makes that much a difference at this point of his career. That's just me. What up, Chiefs Kingdom? I think y'all got a chance. I mean, y'all beat them before, and y'all offense is dynamic enough. I don't know if how the defense has played, of late. I was one saying that the Chiefs' defense wasn't what it used to be, especially without Eric Berry. So, it could be a tit-for-tat type of game, but I think looking at the Patriots' defense, they're not as strong as they once were at all. Steelers scored on them. Carolina scored on them. Houston Texans scored on them. Plenty of teams have scored on them. The Chiefs scored on them big time early in the year, so they could be beat. It's all going to come down, I think, whether the Chiefs play them or even if the Steelers play them again, it's going to come down again to whose offense can put up more points. That's basically what it's going to come down to, because the Steelers are going to give up some points as well. All right, well, Lana B says, yeah, he never visited him. I saw that too. That's crazy. That's crazy. If that man never visited Ryan Shazier in the hospital, I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. That's a little crazy right there, man, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's going to do it, guys. We'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody who came out tonight. We had a total of 63 people watching live at one point. Love you guys, man. I really appreciate that. And again, like I said, man, what y'all can expect, man, going into the new year, especially through the playoffs and after that, I'm going to try my best to commit to continuing with Terrible Towel Tuesday every week, even when the off season. I want this to be a weekly form, just as, on the same level as a Steelers Depot and Terrible Podcast, and it's a lot of others. I don't want to keep naming because I'll forget people, but I'm a huge fan of Dave and Dave on the Terrible Podcast, as well as Steelers Depot. A lot of writers over there, Alex Kazor, and there's numerous other guys. But I want to be on that same type of level, man. Some of you guys have expressed to me that you only come to me, well, not just me, but you guys really rely on what I deliver each week to get your Steelers news. So I want to be that, So in order to do that, I got to keep providing content. And I think I bring a different type of edge to it. It's not your traditional journalist, which I'm not. I'm just speaking my mind as a fan. So, and you guys have shown love, and you guys have shown that you appreciate that. So that's what I definitely want to start doing, man. So once the season is over, we'll start doing some more stuff. We'll talk about positional grades and what we need in the draft, and we'll have segments where we're talking about one guy and things like that. So we're gonna try to keep this going all year round. But that's all I got for now. I'll be back with you guys on Friday, I believe. If not Friday, don't hold me to it. It will definitely be Saturday, if not Friday. But I'm trying to get this done on Friday. We'll do the pregame. The pregame, guys, will probably be just a recorded video because the stream times doesn't really match up. You know, when I've done streams in the daytime, I don't really get as much participation. Obviously, people are at work and things like that. So that one might just be a pre-recorded video, but I will give you the pregame keys to victory against these Browns. Excuse me. And by Friday afternoon, we should know who we think may or may not play, and I'll give my thoughts on that. You know, what we should do after seeing how practice has gone and such. And there you have it. So, again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Cut those notifications on so you're fully aware of a brand new video. And I promise it will never hurt you to hit that like button. All right, guys, that's going to do it for now. Let's get a Here We Go Steelers. And we'll be back at you guys on Friday for the keys to victory. All right? Y'all be good. Catch y'all later. Peace.